Hey, this is Chris from Rekkid Talk. This week on their latest Rekkid is great. I've got the T-shirt, I've got the record, I got the new Juliana Hatfield record. If you watch my channel, you kind of know I'm kind of a Juliana Hatfield fanboy. And one of the best things about being a Juliana Hatfield fan is you get a good new record like every year. She does an album like every year. You don't have to wait 3, 4, 5 years. Every year you get another one. And this is a good one. So you're thinking, whoa, that looks a little bit morbid on the cover. There's this woman. She's diving through the air. Where are her hands? If you don't like that picture, you can go. So the back cover is actually the same design that's on my T-shirt. So it's supposed to look like an ad for a horror movie. And so this is the track list down here. Then my vinyl copy is on the blood red. There are some different color variants. I'm not enough of a geek that I'm going to collect different color variants. There's like some splattered blood variants that are out there, and the like. So let me set that down. Okay. So for those of you that don't know, she's a singer-songwriter. Got her start in the Blake Babies, which was a late 80s, early 90s sort of college rock band when that term was still in vogue, from the Boston area. She went solo, had a band called the Juliana Hatfield 3, sort of her MTV days when she was on a major label in the mid-90s. Has persisted ever since, making solo albums, a variety of projects with other people as well. Recently, she's been alternating between covers albums and originals. This is an originals album. And so what's a little bit different about this album from a lot of her other albums, this is probably her most keyboard-heavy album ever. Usually it's sort of your traditional guitars, bass, drums is what you're going to have. There's more keyboards than usual. Drum programming due to the pandemic. She did a lot of recording at home. She had recorded some albums at home before on an 8-track recorder that were sort of her more acoustic, mellow albums. Apparently, I read in an interview that that device had broken, and she finally learned how to record into her laptop using GarageBand, and was helped out by a guy named Jed Davis, who did a lot of tech support. He co-wrote a couple of the songs, produced some of the songs, and he did the songs with the more elaborate drum programming. He did, and he played some keyboards as well. And it definitely has a different sound compared to a lot of her recent albums. I mean, it's still her unmistakable voice, still kind of that gurgly sounding voice. And the thing about this album is, if you read the lyric sheet, I mean, if you followed her at all, or just looking at the cover, you know she may have that girly voice, but there's oftentimes sort of a dark, serious message there, and there's definitely a dark, serious message. She's not really happy about how the world's gone the last few years, and it comes out in a lot of these songs. I mean, some of the songs are sort of the traditional sort of Juliana Hatfield self-loathing, but a lot of it is anger, never specifically mentioning who she's angry at, but you can probably get a hint. So first song is called The Shame of Love. Kind of some wacky, distorted guitar sounds right at the beginning. Not really what you might be expecting. The second song, Gorgon, I think is the best song on the album. Really, she's got a gift for melody. It's really hooky. You'll have it playing in your head. Nightmare, another very hooky song with a very deep message. Had a Dream probably is going to be the most controversial song on the album. There is a lot of violent imagery, thoughts of revenge on people you're unhappy with. Splinter, Side 2, Suck It Up. Chunks is kind of like chunks of songs together. The first quote-unquote single that came out, Mouthful of Blood, which had been playing on streaming for a few months, is another one of those very catchy tunes. Kind of singing about how you have to bite your tongue or you might get killed. Speaking these days, Dead Weight is kind of a classic sort of self-loathing, self-deprecation song. Torture, about the torture of waiting for tech support. and so um, and so album is out. So if you're a streaming person, I think it's out on all the standard streaming sites. I have Tidal. I know it's on Spotify. Really, I'm a big fan of obviously buying physical formats. So you can if you go to the American Laundromat's website or you go to Juliana Hatfield Bandcamp site, you can get it on vinyl, various colors. I think they're even doing cassettes if you're still into the cassette thing. It's out on CD. You can do a digital download on Bandcamp, so you can save it as a FLAC. That's what I like to do when I'm doing digital downloads. A lot of times, even if I have something on album, if I can get access to the lossless files, that's what I'll put on my hard drive that I have my music on. And so, one more thing I would plug is that she's been doing monthly live streams for about the past 6 months. And her theme is that she will play one of her albums from start to finish. And so she's already done the one for May. May, she didn't do it from start to finish, but she kind of did a release party for Blood. But after she plays the album from start to finish, she'll usually play some other songs, maybe some covers, maybe some of her rarities, maybe stragglers from other albums that whatever her whim is that she wants to play that day. So again, if you go to julianahatfield.com, you can get the scoop on when that's going to happen next. It's on YouTube. You can watch it for free. There's no ticketing. There is an opportunity to donate if you so feel inclined to donate, but yeah, you can check that out. So, and I'm also going to put up a link for my very first video I ever did in my Ranking the Album series. I did Ranking the Albums of Juliana Hatfield. Obviously, I did that before I had my hands on this album, so this wasn't in. I can tell you right now, this would definitely make my top 10. So whatever my number 10 was, I think it was her Police Covers album, if I remember right. That would be off the list. This will definitely make top 10. It might be top 5. I haven't lived with it long enough to decide, but I'll stick here, 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 there. I don't know where it's going to be, but there'll be a link for it. So, Juliana Hatfield, Blood. Yes, I like it.